Okay, so I will answer two questions of this part one. I will choose number one and number two. Okay, right? Awesome. The first question. Tell us at least 4 skills that are important for the success of your study and why. So, for me, there are several skills that I consider essential for achieving success in my studies. First, time management is one of the most critical skills. It enables me to balance the various tasks from completing assignments to preparing for exams. Without proper time management, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or miss deadlines. So, creating a schedule and setting priorities really helps me stay organized and productive. Secondly, critical thinking plays a key role in my academic performance. In fields like information system, it's not just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding how different concepts interconnect and being able to analyze and solve complex problems. This skill allows me to evaluate information carefully and come up with innovative solutions in my projects. Third, communication skills are also crucial. Whether it's working on group projects or presenting ideas in class, being able to express thoughts clearly and listens to others in essentials. In group settings, good communication ensures that everyone is on the same page and it helps avoid misunderstandings, making teamwork much more efficient. Lastly, adaptability is vital in a constant evolving field like technology. There are always new tools, software, and methodologies being introduced. Being adaptable means I can quickly learn and adjust to these changes, which is important for keeping up with the curriculum and staying relevant in my studies. And the second question is, how often do you socialize with fellow students? Tell us the details. So, I have so many friends, and for me, I socialize with my fellow students almost on a daily basis. Like, wow, it's almost every day, whether in class, through group work, or even group chat, like group WhatsApp group. During classes, we often collaborate on assignments or group projects, which provide great opportunities to get to know each other better and exchange ideas. I like brainstorming. Outside of academic settings, we usually spend time together during breaks, where we catch up, talk about our experience, or just relax and have fun. Yeah, that's socialize. I believe socializing with classmates is not only enjoyable but also beneficial for building a support network. They are also my support system. Having that connection with others help me feel more engaged and motivated, knowing that we are all going through similar challenges, whether it's study sessions or just casual in conversation. This interaction play a big part in enhancing my university experience. Yeah. That's all from me. Thank you.
So in the part 1, I will answer the question. The first one is, how often do you socialize with fellow students? Tell us the details. So in fact, I quite often socialize with fellow students, but only students who are close to me. Partly because my social interaction are limited to close friends in class or my friends that I met through various campus activities. This makes me quite comfortable in my small circles where I feel like I belong and can be myself. My friends are a source of emotional support and understanding in my college life, which is very important to me. Whether we are preparing for an exam together, hanging out together, or just spending time together. This interaction provides a calming routine that I appreciate, but I also know this trait sometimes gets in the way of me growing personally. Even though I was surrounded by people I already knew well, I felt very comfortable, but I understood that stepping out of my comfort zone could give me experiences and opportunities that I would never have had. I hope the time will come when I start to dare to step out of my comfort zone. And then the next question is, what does it mean to be good with money? Please explain. So, as a student who receives monthly financial support from my parents, being good with money has a difficult meaning for me. This is not only about managing funds, but also about prioritizing financial responsibilities and emergency needs. To achieve this, I try to allocate funds effectively. By carefully tracking my income and expenses, I can ensure that I live within my means while still I can enjoy my college life. This process has taught me the importance of differentiating between needs and wants, allowing me to prioritize important things.
Hello, my name is Anita Ivanopoulos with my student ID 000001333120. I'm going to answer the question that I choose. And for the first one, today I'll share 4 essential skills that are crucial for the success of your studies. First, I think times management is important. These skills help you balance classes, assignments, exams, or maybe you have part-time jobs. By planning your time and setting clear goals, you can stay organized and reduce stress. And next one is critical thinking. It encourages you to question information instead of accepting it only. These abilities allows you to understand problems more deeply and develop your own solutions. And the third skills is research. Whether you're writing papers or preparing a presentation, finding correct information is essentials. Good research skills enable you to explore topics and support your ideas with reliable facts. And finally, the last one, communication. Clear communication, whether in writing or speaking, ensures your ideas are understood. This helps you to collaborate effectively and convey your message accurately. In summary, by developing time management, critical thinking, research, and communication skills, you'll be better prepared for success in your own studies. Yeah. And the second question is, how often do you socialize with fellow students? Tell us the details. I'm an extrovert person, which means I enjoy being around others. I really like socializing with friends because it helps me build strong relationships with them. I have set goals for myself to interact with everyone on campus, not just only my close friend. For example, if I see someone sitting far away from me, I try to go over and start a conversation. However, I always respect people who want to be alone. In class, I like to engage with my classmates by joining discussions, asking questions, and working together on group projects. These daily interactions helps me connect with others right from the start of these semesters. I always try to stay in touch with fellow students by online platform. This way, we can share resources and support each other. Even we can meet in person.
Wow, this picture is something else. It's like a whole community crammed into such a tight makeshift space. The first thing that catches my eye is the dirt pathway running down the middle. It looks like an old railway track. Maybe it's still in use, but it feels like it's been taken over by the people who live here. They're just walking along it, going about their day. There's so much movement. But there's also a certain stillness in the air, like they're used to this scene every day. The houses on both sides are barely standing. It's crazy how they're built from all these random materials, pieces of metal, wood, maybe even plastic. It almost looks like the structures are leaning into each other for support. I wonder how this homies survives through tough weather. They seem so fragile, almost temporary, but they're clearly living. There's so much rawness to it, but also resilience. I can see people sitting outside, some standing around, maybe chatting. The whole place feels alive in its own way, but it's hard to ignore the signs of poverty everywhere. The road is dusty with bits of trash scattered around. It's just harsh. And yet somehow there's a sense of community, Like, despite everything, they've made it work. It really makes me think about how different life can be, depending on where you are born. I can't imagine what it must be like to live there. To survive and still find ways to carry on every day. It's humbling. Reminds me of how much I take for granted. That's all. Thank you.
And then in the part 2, I will describing a photos. So I choose the second photos here. So from my point of view, this photo captures a moment of friendship and carefree among a group of young people. As they lie on the grass in the cute human pyramid, their laughter and bright smiles reflect the joy and warmth between them, making it seem like we can almost hear their funny jokes. Set against a backdrop of less serious, these scenes conveys a sense of warmth and also friendship.
So I choose third photo in this office setting. A group of 5 people is sitting around a large table working together. The room is well lit by big windows and the table is covered with laptops, notebooks, and papers, suggesting they are in the middle of the brainstorming sessions. On the wall, there are sticky notes hinting at ideas they've been discussing. One man standing at the head of the table appears to be leading the conversation. He's holding a piece of paper and gesture confidently as if encouraging feedback from the others. The people sitting around the table are paying close attention. One woman with curly hair has her hand raised, like ready to share her thoughts. Another man in glasses looks thoughtful, while a woman in a gray sweater seems engaged, gesturing as she speaks. The atmosphere in the room feels collaborative and productive, with everyone contributing in their own way. The room name is Mushroom 6, giving space modern, creative vibe and perfect for the teamwork.
Alright, let's get started. We need to figure out how the student can manage his money better, especially since he often runs out before the end of the month. He only gets money from his father once a month, right? So, what can we suggest to help him save and spend money more wisely?
For me, I think it's according to the picture is I think a good starting point is for him to record his expenses. I think it's very simple but effective because by keeping track of what he's spending off on daily basis, he can see exactly see exactly where his money is going, and maybe like he knows sport patterns for unnecessary expensive. For me, it's like that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's right. Like knowing where your money goes is important, but sticking to a budget is crucial. Recording expenses is helpful, but if he doesn't have a budget to get him, he might still overspend. Setting a clear limit for how much he can spend each week will stop him from running out of his money.
That's true. I agree. With a budget in place, he can control his spending more easily, and on top of that, he can try to shop smarter. For example, buying groceries in bulk can save him money in the long run, or maybe avoiding expensive takeout or convenience foods.
Oh yeah. That's I agree. And shopping around for better deals using discount apps or loyalty programs, or even buying secondhand when possibly, will make a big difference. That way he can get more. He can get more for his money without feeling too restricted by the budget.
That's a great point. Plus, it helps him avoid wasting money on unnecessary things. Thinking of which, setting a savings goal could be really motivating. Even if it's just a small goal, like saving 5 until 10% of his allowance, it can add up over time and give him a passion for emergencies.
I like the idea of a savings goal, especially since he could face unexpected expenses, right? If he starts saving now, it might be also help him manage his finance in the future when he's no longer dependent on his father's monthly support.
That's true. That's true. And we shouldn't forget to talk about credit cards. According to the image, he should be really careful if he uses them. It's easy to rely on credit cards when you're running low on cash, but if he's not paying off the balance every month, he'll be stuck with interest and debt. He needs to use them mindfully, only for necessary purchases. From what I think.
Right. But credit cards can be tricky though. If he isn't cautious, he could end up with more financial stress than he started with. So if he has to use a credit card, he should make sure he's using it for essential things and paying it off as soon as possible.
Agree. One more thing to consider is avoiding unhealthy habits. Sometimes people don't realize how much they're spending on things like smoking, junk food, or even going out too often. If he cuts down on those, he'll save money without even needing to make big sacrifices elsewhere.
Well, that's also true. Even small changes in his life can lead to big savings. Maybe instead of spending out on unhealthy snacks, he could cook more at home or find cheaper forms of entertainment. These kind of changes can really help stretch his budget.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Healthier habits can save money in the long run, like reducing healthcare costs or improving his overall well-being, which could reduce stress and make it easier for him to focus on his studies.
That's a good one. If he finds a balance between smart spending, saving, and avoiding wasteful habits, he'll be in much better place financially.
Yeah. I guess so. To wrap up at this, I think the best approach for him would be a mix of sticking to a budget and shopping smarter. If he's more mindful of his spending and makes small adjustments, he won't feel as stressed about money each month.
Yeah. Exactly. And if he adds in a saving goals, even if it's small, too small, he'll start building a financial buffer, which will give him some security in case of emergency.
I agree. And by avoiding unhealthy habits and using credit card wisely, he'll avoid unnecessary expenses that could put him further into debt. Overall, this strategy should help him manage his money better and feel more in control.
Yes. I agree. With these ideas, he should be able to make it through the month without running out of the money and hopefully save some for the future later.
Right, good point, yeah, absolutely. It's all about creating healthy spending habits now that will help him in the long term.
Sounds like we've covered everything. I think these tips will definitely help him stay on track. Thank you guys. Guys, tomorrow is my boyfriend's birthday. I'm so excited.
Oh, tomorrow his birthday.
What you gonna do then for his birthday?
I already prepared a gift.
By the way, I kind of wonder that since you're the only one among us have a boyfriend, I feel you're the best person to ask this. What do you think are the most important things in a relationship? What do you think?
Yeah. You and Adit seem like such a great couple, right? What's your secret then? Okay, the couple.
Thanks, guys. Well, if I had to sum it up, I would say trust is definitely number one for me. Without trust, everything else is just falls apart. Aditya and I are really open with each other. We talk about everything, like big or small, and we don't keep secrets. It just makes things so much easier when there's nothing to hide.
that makes sense because trust is very huge. But how do you maintain that level of openness? Because I guess it's not easy.
Honestly, it's all about communication, I think. We make sure to talk things out even when it's uncomfortable for us. If something's bothering one of us, we don't let it fester. We bring it up and deal with it right away. I think that really helps keep our relationship strong. It's not always easy, but it's worth it.
Wow, you guys are really couples. I think a lot of couples struggle with communication, but you guys know.
Yeah, it can be tricky sometimes, but it's so important, I think. And of course, respect plays a big role too. We respect each other's boundaries, opinions, and feelings. Even when we disagree about something, we make sure not to belittle each other. That mutual respect help us stay supportive, especially during tough time.
Okay, so respect, trust, communication. That's the key. Sounds like you really got things to figure out.
Well, we're still learning, but I do believe that those are the key ingredients. Oh, and one more thing, commitment. It's about sticking together through the ups and downs. No relationship is perfect after all, but knowing you're both committed to making it work gives you a sense of security and stability.
Wow, you're so excited for talking about this. Yeah, that's right. Without commitment, it's easy to just give up when things get tricky.
Exactly. But enough about me. What about you guys? Even if you are not in a relationship right now, I'm sure you have your own ideas about what is important, right? What do you both think?
For me, I say respect is probably the most important thing. If you don't respect each other, how can you guys build anything meaningful? I mean, you can love someone, but if you don't respect them, that love won't last. I guess.
Yeah, respect is not negotiable, but I'd also add loyalty. I think knowing that your partner is loyal to you and they'll stick by your side no matter what is so comforting. It's hard to truly be yourself around someone if you are always worried that they leave you when things get hard, right?
That's a great point, Vivi. Loyalty and respect definitely go in hand in hand. At the end of the day, it's about being there and being there for each other, right? So I agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I guess every relationship is different, but basics are pretty universal.
It's all about finding balance and make sure both people feel valued and understood.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Relationship take work, but if you have trust, communication, respect, and commitment, then you're already on the right path.